Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How are you today? If everything works out correctly, you will be seeing this video on Thursday. So I am filming a little ahead of time because I have videos scheduled for Wednesday. But in my world, it's Tuesday. I did some bagging of some more yarn, and I'm going to do another one of those after I'm done with this. Trying to get some stuff put away and, packaged up for when we move. So anyway, I want to welcome you to the dining room because this is where my projects are, and it's easy to film here. But that's okay. So what do I have for you today? I have 2 finished projects and 1 work in progress that I'm still working on. So let's start with, I almost forgot about this project as being a completed project when I filmed the other day. I said I don't have anything to show you, but I could have showed you this because it's my hooker versus hooker. It came in 3rd out of 5th out of 5 because Jan got a vote even though she didn't create anything just so that Lala wouldn't be in last place. Lala is Laura from Mamie's Crochet and Farming. Jan is an Alaskan crafter who was taking the month of September off because of holidays. So we presented September's project last weekend. If you are a contestant, you can't show your projects until the reveal day, which was this past Saturday. So we were challenged. I was stepping in for Jan while she was on vacation. And the pickers picked that we had to make a scarecrow. It's supposed to be a broad area, like they could say something Halloween or something fall or something that you wear, kind of thing. But they went real specific and said they wanted a scarecrow. Well, I do enjoy making amigurumi, so I thought I would make an amigurumi scarecrow, and I found this stringy ding ding pattern for a scarecrow amigurumi, and I thought, oh, how cute it is. Now with the hooker versus hooker, I used a 5mm hook, by the way, in case you can't read that. They tell you to use a smaller hook. I don't like to go smaller. If I go smaller on a 4 worsted weight yarn, I could do it with a 4, but then I feel like I'm really tugging and my arm gets tired. But I split the yarn all the time because you gotta crochet tight. I just don't stuff my stuff is full. I could have stuffed him tighter, and after I'm done, I always say, oh, I could have been tighter on that. I could have stuffed more, but he's fine. And this is my version. Now with hooker versus hooker, you have to use specific colors, and they pick between 2 and 5 colors. So the colors that we had to use were green, orange, or yellow. This is yellow. Green, it looks like, gives it an orangish tint in the camera lens there. Green, yellow, red, gray, and brown. Now, you can't use any variegateds, and you can use any tone or shade of those colors, but you can't use more than one. So for the brown, I used a cream, actually, for his face. And then the gray, I did the collar and his shoes. And then the green and the red, and of course the yellow for the straw. And there just was not a good eye color. If I did gray, you wouldn't see it. The red I thought would look scary. So I did the green. There was no black, and you weren't allowed to use safety eyes. So this is what he looks like. I think the pattern is really cute. I didn't have any trouble with the pattern, and it was a free pattern, I'm pretty sure. I just don't like his eyes because I don't like them being green. So I think I want to put googly eyes, and I thought I had some that I was going to put over it to show you, but I went looking and I don't have any that are not safety eyes. So I will buy some because I think if I tried to well, I guess I could crochet black over, and then maybe I'll do that. I have black yarn out, so maybe I'll try that and see what he looks like. But he does have suspenders on his back, and I think those are real cute. And I wasn't even going to put this on him, but it helped his head a little bit, I thought. But he's getting more and more wobbly the more I move him around. But he's not too bad. Some of the other contestants did really, really well. Laura, well, she had good intentions. Our podcaster Chris won. You have to go and see these two. Deb was the subscriber, the yarn friend. They were so creative and so good. I couldn't even vote. I mean, I knew I wasn't voting for this guy because he's not all that great. But the other two were fabulous, creative, just really cute. And so go watch the replay of the Hooker versus Hooker Live from Saturday so you can see what they made, because theirs were worth the view. And I felt bad for Deb that she didn't win as the subscriber. And like I said, I even if as a contestant I didn't feel like I should vote. But I couldn't have chosen between the two of them. Deb's was just so very creative, and you were allowed to use things from your yard, and she did. But then so did Chris from Chris Loves Crochet. They just did an awesome job, and I was really impressed. So I don't know where he's going to end up. Probably with one of my grandkids, and probably with black eyes. Nice pattern from Stringy Ding Ding. Lots of pictures, how-tos and putting the face and everything together. Just really good. Really good. So I would suggest her patterns anytime, particularly if you're new to Amy's. Then I also am doing Wipeout, Wednesday Wipeout, which today is Wednesday, isn't it? No, today is Tuesday. The day I'm filming is Tuesday, so I don't know what the next one is. I just know what this one is. And by the time you see this, it will be last week's, not the current week's. So I'm not giving away anything. So again, this is Laura. She gets me into all kinds of shenanigans, that girl. Her and Jan. Laura from Man Mimi's Crochet and Farming. Started after Sam from Manfus Makes Tile of the Week was over, after almost 2 years. She had 100 tiles. I was going to do it with her, and I got started, and then life, and I never picked it back up. I had the book spiraled and everything to do the 100 tiles with her, and I faded out of the way. But I'm going to try to stay committed to the dishcloths. 52 a week of dishcloths is what a year of dishcloths. So there's 52 dishcloths in here, and they are in here by season and themed that way. Oh, pardon me. So this is Annie's, a book by Annie's, and you can get it from Annie's website, or you can get it on Amazon. That's where mine came from. And we started with winter. As I said, the patterns are in the book by season. We started at winter because we started in the fall, and that way when winter comes, we'll have the washcloths and be able to use them for the right season, or give them as gifts during that season or whatever. But we're not going, Laura, of course, had to change things up. We are not going in order of the book. We did start the first week with the penguin. And I'm using all like Premier and Sugars and Creams kitchen cottons. That's what I have so far anyway. And then after the penguin, I believe we did the wreath. And then I think last week was the Rudolph, who is very big. And I just really can't see using these like on your dishes or washing your body with them, but I think my daughter talked about using them to give away as gifts, and with like holiday themed gifts for coworkers and stuff. I don't have any coworkers. So I think that was for her. I said that before. And then this past week, I really like this one. This is the gingerbread house. It's not perfect. Um, if you are making these and you haven't made this, or if you buy this book and you want to make these, I would definitely suggest pinning these on and having them pinned in place before you make the door, because the door is just I did it. There was really no explanation on how to do the door or the window in the book. So I did it with surface crochet. I did them both that way. They're not perfect, but it's a gingerbread house. You know, I mean, I've not ever built a gingerbread house that stands. So, and for some reason, I didn't get the height quite right. I should have put this up taller. When I was sitting in my recliner, they looked good. But as I said, none of it's perfect. I think the one side is a little longer than the other. And this pretty much is how all the gingerbread houses that I've ever made turn out. So it looks great. But that is the last week. Now, as I said, as of when you'll see this video, there will be the next washcloth picked. I don't know what it is because obviously Wednesday has not yet happened since today is Tuesday. But what do we have left? Not too many, I don't think. Okay, the penguin was first in the book. Oh, okay, so we did the penguin. We just did the gingerbread. So it looks like we have the option of maybe a snowman. I don't know how many of each one there are. We did the Rudolph. Next page. Oh, there's a winter snowflake. Oh, I have some really pretty yarn to do that with. Oh, and there's a Santa. Oh, and a Christmas tree. Oh, there's a lot more left than I thought. And another snowflake. We did the wreath. Oh, look at this. There's another little snowman. Oh, we have several more winter ones to go. Oh, and then there's some poinsettias. I don't want you to be able to see the patterns. Oh, and then some, they're calling this one I don't know what, and that's a candy block. And there's more still. Oh, goodness. Oh, a scrubby. Oh, shit. There's actually a scrubby in the middle of that. Can you see that? So there's that one. And then this Christmas lace, they call that. Let's see. And that's it. So we still have several more to go. But we will be done with them before Christmas in time for gift giving, according to Laura. I didn't do the math or look at the calendar. I'm just doing the ones that she tells me I have to do this next week. So let's see. I did have a full skein of the brown. And this is what I have left of one of those little, like sugar and cream browns. So I did the house and the Rudolph. It doesn't look, I don't think there's much more brown I need to use in this month. And when I look at the pictures in the book, there's a little bit of brown on a pumpkin in the middle of a sunflower, and nope, and I think that's all the brown I need. So hopefully I won't have to buy a brown. This is what I have left of same size skein of white so far. But I have a cone of white, so I'm not worried about that. And it's not that I'm worried about any of it, but I am trying really hard not to buy yarn. But if I have to buy a color or whatever, then you have to do what you have to do. But maybe I could substitute. Instead of a brown stem on the pumpkin, it could be green, right? Or on the apple or whatever. Even though, like I said, buying a little tiny thing of brown isn't going to kill me. But I really do want to use what I have. I'm trying really hard to do that. Laura's trying to help me. She yells at me every time I talk about buying yarn. But I like to buy yarn, so that's the problem. Okay, so that's project number 2 that's done. And then I did work on and completed my luck of the draw from last week, which my black was a big ball. It was the Dreamweaver yarn. That's all the colors are Big Twist except this big ball of black was a Dreamweaver, and my pink is Michael's Craft Smart or whatever they use. So let's see. This is so it's weeks. Let's see, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we have the green twice. So I have 4 colors. Luck of the Draw is supposed to be 8 colors plus your main color, which my main color is black. And then your 8 colors, and it's a 20-week crochet along. But for Boggy Creek edition, this is Luck of the Draw 9. Trish, Mama Swift is hosting it for Nan, or instead of Nan because Nan's not feeling well. Nan from Nan's Next Knots. She has several videos. The first 7, I think, Luck of the Draws, she did. And they are 20-week videos, and she pulls 22 numbers in case your blanket is not long enough. So you can always go back and check out hers for previous ones because it is a Luck of the Draw. You get the number that she draws that week is the number that coordinates with your 1 through 8 colors to put into your blanket. Because this is a shortened version of Luck of the Draw, I only used 4 colors. All 4 colors are now in my blanket. The orange was the one I had been waiting for, and it's only in there once. But I think the colors are really pretty. I think it's going to be a really cool look at the, Boggy Creek Blanket. So now I don't care what color comes next, except that my pink apparently has less yardage than the others. Yeah, there's 252 yards of pink, and this is what's left of the pink. Where the Big Twist have 347 yards. So I have a little bit of an issue. I do have another one in this color, so if we do get another, there we go. If that's not enough, I'm doing, this is Trisha's Campfire. I know, I don't know the name. Let's just be honest. It is in the Boggy Creek playlist, and the tutorial was done by Juan, the yarn addict. But it's the Campfire something. Log Cabin Fireside, maybe? Sorry, Trish. Anyway, we created a playlist that is Nancy from She's Got Yarn, Juan, a crochet addict, and Lynanne, Nina's Knots Crochet. We challenged podcasters to make tutorials for blankets for Boggy Creek, and then the blankets could be made for anything. But if you made a blanket that was specifically sized for Boggy Creek, you could always increase or decrease based on your own needs of the blanket. But of course, we're promoting Boggy Creek, so if you create a blanket tutorial, your own design blanket, make a tutorial for it, let Juan know that you've created said blanket. We created a playlist for everyone to go into and, find some new blankets to make. And this one is one that Trish, Mama Swift, designed. And I think it's a great, easy 2-row repeat pattern. Works up real quick. I haven't measured it. I hope I'm going to end up being long enough. It should be, I do 7 rows a week, 5 of the main, or 5 of the color of the week and 2 of the black. And I hope that it'll be 40 to 50 inches long when it's done. If not, I'll just add another row, another section. So that's not a big deal. Normally, Nan, she would pick extra numbers just in case you needed to add extra rows to your project. So I think Trish is going to do the same thing. So if I need to add extra rows, she'll have extra colors, numbers picked, and it will work out to be fine. And I think it'll be a real fun Boggy Creek blanket. And there's several designs in that playlist. It is a public playlist on my channel, but I do link it in every one of my videos. I believe the other part of the Fearsome Foursome, they all link it in theirs as well, just so that you can go and support the creators and come up with, new blankets to make yourself. Let's see. Boggy Creek, Wipeout Wednesday, Hooker versus Hooker. I did not work on my cat's meow over the last several days, so I think I can't remember the last time I showed it to you though. But that'll go in another video, because now that's what I'm going to work on today when I crochet. Any more today if I crochet. It will be the cat's meow, because I'm caught up on everything else that I like. The most important things for me to finish are up to date or finished, as in this one's done. And so I'm working on that little by little to get that happening. And I don't think I'm starting anything. Oh, my syrup project. I almost completely forgot. I haven't worked on it because I had to get everything else caught up. And we didn't get, honestly, I didn't get much crochet over the weekend. We closed up, just on a personal note, and you don't have to listen to the rest of this if you don't want to. We closed up the new camper, and it's ready to go. It's been winterized, which my husband winterizes. If you live in the northern states, you have to winterize your camper at the end of the season. Most campgrounds are not open here year-round because it gets too cold. You can't camp in the winter. Even, like, we have a cold winter package put on our campers. Both of them have it. Heated underbellies, which means your tanks shouldn't freeze. But if it's, really cold, you're living in a tin can, you might have freezing. But most campgrounds around here, there's only one, maybe two I can think of that stay open year round. And ours is not one of those. So that means you have to winterize your camper so that your lines don't freeze. So my husband does that on our other camper, and he can do that really quickly on the other camper. He's been doing it for 10 years, and he knows what to do. The new camper, the hot water tank is different, so that has to be done differently, and it's different valves in different places, and more of them. Even though it's a smaller camper, it has more valves. I don't know why, but we kept finding more places that we had water in it. We're like, oh, we didn't do this. Oh, we didn't do that. So that took us a little bit longer than we anticipated. We just forgot things. So, but we did get it closed up. And then I'm still forgetting things. Like, there's things I still want to put in there. And I know that as we empty out this house, there's going to be things that I'm going to put in the camper. But we'll still have access to it. And I'll just, put a box of stuff. This is going to go still in the new camper. And as I finish closing this coming up weekend, we're leaving on Thursday after my husband gets out of work. We're going, because he bought a new shed, and that has to get placed on our campsite. We have to make room for it. We have, like, your outdoor lights have to be taken down. The furniture, gets put away a lot of the outdoor furniture we put in the camper. My golf cart is filthy. I've been saying I'm going to wash it for the last 3 weekends, and I haven't had time. And it looks like it went through a sandstorm or a dust storm. It is so dirty. I don't know. We keep it under a like pop-up 10 by 10 canopy thing to help protect it from sun and rain and whatever during the summer, and then we store it in a garage in the winter time. We pay for winter storage for it, where it's stored inside. And I don't want to send it to this guy's place. It looks terrible. So anyway, my husband doesn't work on Friday, so we're taking off on Thursday night, and we're gonna go there and finish closing up. But we take a lot of the outside stuff and store it inside the camper before we pull in the slides, because you can't get through that camper once the slides are in. But we take a lot of our outdoor furniture and cushions and things like that and put them inside, and everything else gets tarped together and, hatches buttoned down and whatever, because you get wind come through there and, it'll take your furniture or whatever. You get a bad snowstorm. So we have to, and it's closed for months, where you can't go in and check things out. But they are going to have a 2-mile light show at our campground this winter. So we will be driving through that. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's going to be a long drive to get there if it's snowy out. It's an hour, it's a little over an hour from my house to get to the campground anyway. Oh, excuse me. And that's in nice weather. So if we have to drive in snowy conditions, you drive slower and more careful, and it'll be dark and there's like no street lights. I'm not driving that. My husband, I don't even know how to get there. And we've been camping there for like 5 years. If it wasn't for the GPS, I would never get there. And people make fun of me because I don't know how to get there. But I will tell you, ever since we started going there, there's a couple of different ways that you can go. And like the main highways that you would go have had road construction. And then when they get done with this road construction, different road construction or in a different area. So they rerouted you and rerouted you. And like I said, there's more than one way to go anyway. And then they reroute you and reroute you. And I don't drive it very rarely, maybe 3 times in 5 years if I've driven out there. So I don't know. I'm like, oh, are we going the way that you go by Dairy Queen? No? Oh, okay. Then I don't know how to go. And even the Dairy Queen way, I could maybe go. But there's a turnoff that I would probably miss, to be honest with you, if I didn't have the GPS on. But I just have zero sense of direction. That's okay. But I can't map it when it was different every time for a long time. That's what road construction does, So, all right, that's okay. I don't have to know. I have a GPS. That's why I have it. So, anyway, we are going to go out there, and maybe we'll take you with us if the show is good. I will take video of that. And, you have to think about the music and all that stuff too. But we'll see. We'll see how many people are in the car and what kind of conversations are going on. But I will at least take pictures of some of the stuff when that happens. But that's not going to be till, November, December, something like that. And after that, we will, sometime probably around the end of January, be pulling out in the new camper. And I'm so excited to do that because that means we're both retired. Woohoo! All right, guys, I've rambled on long enough. That's all I have for you for this. I'm going to go upstairs and bag up some more yarn because my bags are getting all over the place. And my husband and I discussed putting them in the attic, which I really don't want them up there because I can't see them. I don't know what's there then. But the attic is a good place to store it too. So, but I think in the recovery room is where they're going to go. So I thought I was going to be taking down yarn in the yarn room this afternoon, but I think I'm going to start packing up some of the yarn in the recovery room so that I can put bags of yarn in there, because there's less yarn in there. So since there's less yarn in there, it'll be easier to bag it up. That was the theory. And it'll be faster to be able to put yarn from the other room in there as we clean out the main yarn room. Yeah, that's the ticket. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go bag up some yarn and I will videotape that for you. I hope you're liking those videos. If not, let me know. If you do, let me know that too. And that's what I'm off to do. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.